Hello everyone. I'm coming. I am looking for, here it is. I was looking for my catalog. How are you guys all doing today? Welcome to our Facebook Live. This is my January online class Facebook Live, so it's going to be a little longer than normal. I got to adjust my camera just a little bit, guys, just so I can see a little bit. I can see. Okay. How's everybody doing today? My name is Ruth Norton. I am a demonstrator in Albuquerque, Mexico in the U.S. And I'm so glad you're joining me. If you'd like to place an order, please go to my online store, use this host code. And if you order by January 28th, you're going to receive the make and take kit for the three projects, the three cards that I'm going to share today. And they are beautiful cards. So if you need anything, if you want to place that order, head to my online store, use this host code, and you'll automatically get those make and take kits as long as you order by January 28th. And then I will be mailing no later than January 30th. So, and remember, we are in celebration. So with every $50 you spend, you will get to choose a free item from our celebration brochure. There are some $100 items in here that you can earn free with a $100 purchase. Most of them are $50 purchases, free with a $50 purchase. But we're actually not using any celebration products today, which I'm trying to double check, just make sure. And I'm going through my projects. I don't think we are, but there are so many amazing projects in here, products in here that you can earn for free. So make sure you remember, with every $50 you spend, you can get an item in here for free. We are, one more thing before we get to our online class. Paper Pumpkin in February is going to be birthday themed. You're going to make 9, what does it say? There are 9 cards in here. I remember reading that somewhere. 9 birthday cards, but they are going to coordinate with that celebration stamp set. This is the Happy Birthday to You. It's the celebration stamp set. This is a fantastic stamp set. I really love this stamp set. I've made beautiful cards with it. Fantastic for birthdays. And who doesn't need to stock up on birthdays this time of year, right? So Paper Pumpkin, you'll get 9 birthday cards that will coordinate with that stamp set. So maybe if you're choosing a free product with your order, you can choose that one if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and you'll have everything to coordinate with it. Now, you don't have to have the stamp set to complete your Paper Pumpkin. You will receive everything you need to complete your Paper Pumpkin, but it does coordinate. So if you like making alternative projects with your Paper Pumpkin, you might want to have that stamp set on hand, since it'll all coordinate. Okay, that is our celebration news and our Paper Pumpkin news. I got my Paper Pumpkin, and I haven't really made anything with it, but it is so cute. It is Valentine's themed, and it is very cute. Okay, we're using the Painted Poppies bundle, and I'm going to turn the page and show you for a second, but I wanted to talk about this like mega suite. Look, aren't these projects incredible? So this is kind of, I like to call it like a mega suite, because the suite includes 2 bundles, 2 different bundles. Normally a suite would include 1 bundle and some accessories. This suite has 2 bundles, DSP, ribbon, everything. It's such a good bundle. This DSP, by far, one of my favorite DSPs. Today, though, we are only using this bundle right here, the Painted Poppies bundles. So it's this stamp set with these dies, and let me show you those. So I have those. So this stamp set with these dies. So this bundle is made to, it goes with the stamp set there. The little flower dies will cut out those flowers. There's lots of labels in here, the leaves. But you can also use it in coordination with the Peaceful Moments bundle. So they coordinate together. So the dies in here would cut out the sentiments. There's nice label dies that we're using. This nice round die would cut out some of them too. So they are made to work together, but they also work independently of each other. So I hope that makes sense. Today we are only focusing on this bundle, the Painted Poppies one. And this one is gorgeous. I hope you guys like the cards we're going to do today. So remember, if you need to purchase anything, head to my online store. Use that host code by January 28th, and you will get the make and takes for all 3 cards. One more stamp set that we're going to use, because if you guys notice, there are no greetings at all in here. There's no greetings. So I'm going to pull in the Label Me Bold stamp set. This is also from the mini catalog, but I am loving these greetings. Now, the first time I went through the catalog, I kind of passed over the stamp set. So I was like, that's not for me, that's not for me. But the more that I looked at it, the more I truly, truly loved it. I just love this like block style greetings, and these little background accent pieces you can add to almost any card. They're fantastic. So this is the stamps that we're using, and we're only using 3 of the greetings from in here, but this is a great one to have if you need a stamp set. And one more thing I want to point out about this bundle is $52. So if you decided to get the bundle, you would automatically get a free celebration item. So that's pretty great. So you get the bundle, get a free item. Fantastic, right? So we are going to get to the cards today. So let me show you the first card we're going to make. Isn't this one beautiful? I love this card. And it's so easy to make. You can mass produce these in no time. So I am using our note cards and envelopes. So this is our white note card. So the finished card is 5 by 3.5, and they already come scored. So I didn't have to do any scoring. I basically just took this out of the package and I'm ready to go. My lighting looks weird. I hope it's not coming out weird on camera. So I have that. That's my card base. I have a piece of white, which I'm just measuring because I forgot the measurements. This is 5 by 2 3/4. So we're going to stamp on this one. I have just a scrap piece of white for our greeting. We're going to stamp our greeting on this. And then I have a piece of lovely lipstick, which is 5 by 1. And I also have a piece of gold glimmer paper. And this is like a 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch by 5. So just a little scrap. This is a great way to use up those little scraps you have. So I'm going to set all of our other stuff out of the way, and we're going to do some stamping. So let me pull out my inks. Inks for this card, we're using the Tuxedo Black Memento and Lovely Lipstick. And then I have my little flowers on here. This stamp I truly, truly love. It's so much fun. So we're going to stamp this twice across our card. And you can see in the stamp, they overlap. So if you overlap your stamp, it's going to be fine. All I'm doing is lining up that bottom edge with the bottom edge of my card here, or my paper. And I am just stamping that. I hope I'm on screen here. Let me move this up a little bit. So I stamped that once, and I'm going to do it again. And again, you don't have to worry too much about lining it up perfectly. If they overlap a little bit, that's okay. It's just going to look like a big flowing meadow. Isn't that cute? Oh, I can't pick it up. So isn't that cute? Really, really fun. So that is all of our black stamping. I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to put my ink pad aside, and then we're going to stamp our greeting. This is the happy birthday greeting from that Label Me Bold stamp set, and I am just going to, oh boy, I got to get a baby wipe for that. Right here, let me grab man, if I try to touch that thing, you guys, my hands are going to be covered in Lovely Lipstick ink, and then it's going to get on every card. So let me just clean that off on my chamois. Okay, my block is all clean. We're all good. Back to regular programming, and I'm just going to stamp this on my white piece of paper. It doesn't matter where, because we're going to trim it out. But isn't that pretty? I just love that kind of reverse image with the white letters and the colored, that block. I love it. Okay, we're going to do some coloring on this piece before we move on. So I just have my Lovely Lipstick combo. So I have my light and dark Lovely Lipstick, and then I have my dark Granny Apple Green. This is dark Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to start with my green, and this is just really easy. I am just tracing all of those lines on the flowers, all those stems on the flowers. It's really quick. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this image is really like a watercolor-like image, so if it's not perfect, nobody's going to ever know. So I'm just going through real quick here, just tracing all those lines. Now, if you didn't want to use your markers, we do have some stamps in the stamp set. Let me pull out that stamp set again. We do have these beautiful like splatter stamp sets, and then this like wash stamp set. So if you didn't want to color it, you could just stamp those on it. That would be fine too. It would be gorgeous. I've done that. It's pretty. So, okay, so this goes pretty quick. There's no blending on this green. I'm really just tracing them. And if you had your, if you didn't have the blend, you could use the Stampin' Write markers for this too, because we're not doing a whole lot of blending. Okay, so that's my Granny Apple Green. I'm going to take my dark Lovely Lipstick, and I'm just adding a little bit of dark to these bigger flowers. I'm not worrying about the little flowers. They are too small, and I'm not being super neat about this. I'm really just kind of scribbling onto some of the bigger flowers. I'm not being precise on what I'm doing. Really, they're just scribbles. It doesn't matter. And I'm not even hitting every flower. Again, just those bigger ones. Okay. So really no science or anything to that. And then I'm just going to go in with my light and I'm just going to color them. And I'm not even coloring them completely. I'm not taking the time to blend it. And if I go outside the lines, that's okay too, because it just adds to that watercolor look. That dark in there, even though we're not blending it, it's just going to add that touch of shading. It's going to be so pretty. And again, I'm not taking a lot of time to color this. You could absolutely if you wanted to, or you could use those splatters again. But I'm just going over this really quick, hitting just those little ones just with a little dot. And again, they don't have to be colored completely or exactly. It's just so pretty. These colors together are so pretty. Now, Lovely Lipstick is one of our in colors that we'll be retiring this year. So if you need to stock up on those retiring in colors, make sure you do it during celebrations so you get those celebration benefits. Make sure you get those re-inkers, cardstock, ribbon, paper, all of that. So that's it. That's a really quick coloring. Isn't that pretty? Just took really quick, just a couple minutes. All right, we're gonna assemble. I need my scissors and I'm just gonna cut this greeting out real quick. Now, there's no dies or punches for this one, but it is easy to cut. There's straight lines. You guys can do it, I promise. I'm gonna go this way. I should get my bigger scissors out so I can just cut this all at once. That's what I should do. And you can use your paper trimmer to cut this too. Or even the little mini paper trimmer that you can earn for free when you join Stampin' Up! This month, or during celebration, not just this month. So there's our greeting. That's so cute. All right, let's get to assembling. It's gonna go really quick. The longest part was just the coloring. And even that didn't take very long, right? So I'm gonna take my Lovely Lipstick piece. I'm gonna add some adhesive to that. I'm gonna set it on the bottom of my white card base. This is just one of those note cards. Just right along the bottom, just like that. Our colored piece, I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. I have little baby dimensionals. I'm trying to use up. I have so many started sheets of mini dimensionals that I need to finish up because I keep accumulating more and more of them. But it is, I need to use them up. It's getting to be like an epidemic in my room. So many started sheets everywhere. So I'm trying to use them up. Okay, so we're just gonna pop all those off. I think I got them all. And this is gonna go just about 1/8 of an inch under that score line. So it's gonna go really close to that top, and it's just gonna cover that whole piece. Isn't that cute? So pretty. I just love it already. Now for our little piece of gold, I'm just gonna use my my Tombow here. You could use your snail, you could use anything you wanted. I'm just gonna use my Tombow. And this is just gonna go, it's gonna get glued right down, right under that flowered piece, that stamped piece. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I just love that. And then finally our greeting is gonna get popped up, just a couple of mini dimensionals on here. And the mini dimensionals are the perfect size for this greeting. And I got like 1,000 mini dimensionals. How did I grab so many? So I'm just gonna put 2 on there. And then we have one more finishing touch on this card. So I'm just gonna stick this off to the side over here. Really pretty. That's straight enough, right? All right, I have some pearls here, and I'm gonna take my Lovely Lipstick dark one, and I'm just gonna color, what did I do, 5? I'm gonna color 5 of them. I'm gonna use my brush tip, and I'm just gonna go on here and just color 5 of them. This is such a fun way to add pearls of any color to coordinate with any of your projects. So I'm just gonna color those. And then I'm gonna take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just gonna stick them on here. And since the blends are alcohol ink, they actually dry really quick. So I'm gonna stick one there, stick one over here, one up here, like a smudge or something right there. One here, and then one on the bottom down here, right under the greeting. So isn't that cute? That is card number 1. Isn't that cute? I love it. One of my favorites for sure. And this Painted Poppy set is so pretty. So this is card number 1. So let's move on to card number 2. So we have 3 cards to make. We got to get going. All right, trying to move all the dimensional backings out of the way. This is card number 2. Isn't this is pretty. I think this, well, I just said the other one might be my favorite, but this is a pretty close favorite. Now I'm going to show you where this flower came from. This is from the Peaceful Poppies Elements. This is in that whole suite of products that we looked at, and I'm going to pull all this out so you guys can see. So it comes with a ton of cool things. These are, just pop that out, but these are already colored. This colored with Poppy Parade, and you get 3 different kinds of flowers. So you get like this little cluster of flowers, you get the tall flower, you get a little small cluster of flowers down there. So really cool. You get 2 of these. You get these black like embossed ones. Can you see that? Like it's like embossed with clear on there. Really cute. These labels, really pretty. You also get a couple sheets of vellum ones. There's vellum flowers on here. And pull out one of these vellum flowers. Isn't that pretty? So you can add these as little accents. There's leaves, vellum leaves, and then you also get a whole watercolor sheet. And I don't know if you can tell, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it's picking it up a little bit, but these watercolor pieces are also embossed, so you can just watercolor right over it, and that flower will resist the watercoloring. So it's really, really pretty. So this is in that whole suite. It's so much fun. I love these little elements. So in your make and take kit, you will get one of these flowers. So today, though, we're going to use a different flower. I got to find the supplies for these cards and move that off to the side. Today, we're going to use a different flower than that one. So you could get a different flower. We're going to use this flower. Isn't that one pretty? I love this one. Oh. Okay, so let's talk about our card bits for this card. So I have a card base, a mossy meadow card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4.25. I have a piece of white, which is 5.25 by 4. I have 4 pieces of that DSP that coordinates with the suite, and this is, oh gosh, this is 1 7/8 by 2.5. So 2.5 this way and 1 7/8. So this is the side we're going to be using, but look how gorgeous. Oh, that side's pretty too. Maybe we should do a different side. What do you think? Should we do a different side? I would go like that. Maybe we should. Oh, this will be pretty. We're gonna do this side today. So we'll get both sides. I've also pre-cut a label from those dies that coordinate with this set that you'll get in the bundle. This is one of the labels in that set. And I have 2 pieces from that element set that I just showed you. I have a vellum piece, and then I have that already pre-colored piece. And this is kind of like glossy too, so it's really fun. And then I just have a scrap for our greeting. Okay, so let's just start by adhering our DSP down. And I think we will go with this other side. That'll give a different kind of fun look to it, right? Okay, now all of these are going to just get adhered right to our white piece. I have a little dimensional backing that won't move. There we go. And it's just going to leave just a really slim border, kind of like an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And this one's going to go down here. Just line them all up. Now the middle doesn't have to be completely precise because we will be covering up that middle bit. So just make sure those edges are nice and precise. Oh, this paper is so pretty. This is going to be beautiful. This old olive stripe is one of my favorite patterns in the whole set. Isn't that pretty? Love that. All right, as long as we're just adhering things, let's adhere our label. It's going to go right on top. This is an easy card to make too. You could definitely mass produce this card because the only stamping we're doing is the greeting. You can add any greeting if you don't have that Label Me Bold set. You can add any greeting, or you can purchase that Label Me Bold set. I have loved it. I just got it and I have used it a ton already. All right, so that's just going to go right in the middle. Super cute, popped up on dimensionals. I'm going to do our flowers now. Now our vellum flower, I think I'm just going to adhere along the bottom here. I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue just along the bottom. And adhere that down. That's going to be covered up by your greeting, so I'm not too worried about that. That's going to go kind of toward the bottom, a little off center, and then we're going to put some mini dimensionals on the back of this one and pop that up. So this morning I had to move my Facebook Live a little bit later this morning because my son had an award ceremony at a school, and I didn't think I was going to be back in time to do it at 10, and I was right. I got back about 15 minutes before I went live, but you know, it's nice that I can go. It's nice that my job allows me to attend things like that. So I'm just going to stamp the greeting right here on this scrap piece of paper. This is the paper I just cut that label out of. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. Close my ink pad. This is rich raspberry ink. Don't think I mentioned that. And then we're just going to trim this out too. This is a thank you one. Again, you could do any, if you needed all birthday cards, just make them all birthday cards. They would all be gorgeous for birthdays. So I'm just going to trim this out. All right, we're going to add some dimensionals to that. To the back of that, some minis. The mini dimensionals. I love them. All right. Oh my gosh, my hands are so like staticky or something today. Last week, my son was home sick all week, and I washed my hands so much to prevent it from spreading throughout the house that my hands were like sandpaper by the end of the week. It was ridiculous. Isn't that cute? So I just stuck that right along the bottom, and that's going to hide the adhesive that we did to glue down that vellum piece. Isn't that cute? All right, we are going to add some pearls to this. We're going to use pearls on every card. Our pearls are so much fun. So I'm going to add like a big one here. And I think, I want to keep them. I think I'm just going to, I'll go here, and then I'm going to do a little one right over here. There we go. And now we're just going to adhere this to our card base. Isn't that pretty? I love that with that paper. It's so pretty. All right, where'd our card base go? Stuck my ink pad on it. Okay, here's our card base, our Mossy Meadow card base. You could also use Old Olive to bring out that DSP. So pretty. That is so gorgeous. I love it. So here's the other one. So you can see that with this cluster of flowers, I just added the vellum leaves, and then I just added the greeting up high on this one. But this one, I just wanted to cover up that adhesive on the vellum. But both are just gorgeous. So what do you guys think? This is card number 2. All right, let's move on. Our final card. I'm making a mess. All right, here's our final card. This one is equally as gorgeous with that Painted Poppy set. So let's talk about the card bits for this one. Let me get all of our card bits out here. So I have a vanilla card base, which again is 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. That's our card base. I have a piece of gray granite, which is 5 by 3 3/4, and I've run this through our corrugated embossing folder. Isn't that fun? This is one of my absolute favorite embossing folders. That gives some really fun texture. Now I've pre-cut, I've pre-stamped too, but I've pre-cut, I have a piece of, this is a scrap piece of vanilla. I was like, what is that for? I have a piece of gold, which is 4 by 1. Another great way to use the scraps for the gold pieces. And then I've pre-cut this vellum label that's in those same dies too. Isn't that fun? I just love that like swirly label. Okay, let's get to stamping, and then I'll bring back out those other ones. Okay, so I have my stamp pads are Mary Merlot and Gray Granite. So I'm gonna open them both up here, and we're gonna stamp on that scrap piece of vanilla. I'm gonna stamp the flowers. I'm gonna stamp one of each in the Mary Merlot. So one there, and then I'm gonna stamp another one, the smaller one. So there's 2 different flowers in that stamp set. Both are gorgeous. And then in the Gray Granite, I'm going to stamp 2 leaves. So 1, 2, and then back to the Mary Merlot for our greeting. I'm using congratulations. You could use this for a wedding card. And if you were going to use this for a wedding card, you could customize it to the bride's colors. That would be really gorgeous. Just a really special way to add to their special day. All right, so there are all of our stamped pieces. Now, you would then run these pieces through the Big Shot, all except that greeting. We don't have a die for that greeting. And then you'd magically end up with these pieces. Now, one of the things that I do love about these dies is that, where are the dies? I'm going to pull them out again. Here they are. There are 2 leaf dies. So you could do all of this in one pass. So you would do each of the flowers and then both leaves all together, one pass through the Big Shot, which I just love. Okay. So we have our flower pieces here. Let me cut out our greeting so we have everything all together. I really should grab my big scissors, but that's okay. This is a longer greeting, so we'll just take our time. Again, these are easy images to just cut out. It's just a block. You could use your paper cutter again for these. So there's all our pieces. So we're going to start assembling these, but before we do, I want to add some just like watercolor texture to this. Do you see how these flowers are just kind of, there's a little bit of extra color in the middle. So I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. This is going to add some glitter and some texture. So I'm going to take that and just start in the middle and just kind of pull some of that color out. I'm not painting the entire petals. I just want a little bit of color out. And then I'm just going to kind of go over those lines where they're overlapping. Just kind of a real messy kind of watercolor. I think that's really pretty. But that Wink of Stella will act like an aqua painter and just pull that color out. So isn't that pretty? And you can do as much or as little as you want. And we're going to do the same to this one. Just kind of pull some of that color out just like that. And then I'm just going to kind of go over these little edges here. Just adds a little bit of extra color without any additional supplies. All you need is the Wink of Stella. And then just wipe it clear and it'll be ready to go. Your tip isn't ruined or anything. So fantastic, right? Fantastic tip. All right, let's get the rest of our pieces. Where'd they go? Here they are. All right. So let's start assembling. We're actually going to set this down first onto our card. That'll help space everything together. I'm going to use my snail. I'm just going to center this onto my card. Just like that. And then I'm going to put down my gold piece. This is going to overlap that gray granite just a little bit. That gray granite is 3 3/4, and this gold piece is 4 inches. So it's just going to overlap just a little bit. Let me make sure that's straight, which it is not. So there we go. It's really pretty. I love that gold. You could also use gold glimmer paper if you wanted. All right, we're going to pop this up, our fun little vellum piece. We're going to pop this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to use, see, I have pieces of this border cut, so I'm just going to use one big border piece right in the middle. And I'm just going to, oh, I put that on the wrong side. Let me see if I can peel it up. I did. Yay. All right. I'm just going to overlap that a little bit. It's just going to go off to the right side of the card. Now, we're going to cover this up, so I'm not worried about that dimensional showing. So I am going to pop these up with dimensionals as well. So let me put some dimensionals on the back of our flowers. And then the leaves, we're just going to glue flat onto it. This is such a pretty set. So if you are in need of an additional flower set, I know we all need more flower sets, right? This is a good one to have. And I do love that it doesn't come with any greetings, because that means it's completely versatile. You can use it for anything you want. Man, dimensionals kind of hate me today, right? What is going on? Yikes. Okay. I got them off. So we're going to stick this one up here. And then I'm just going to turn this one kind of upside down or on its side and stick it down here. I just really love the way that looks on there. All right, I'm going to use my liquid glue again. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of these leaves, and then they're just going to get tucked in. I'm going to tuck one right here, and I'm going to tuck one right here, and then we're going to stick on our greeting. I'm going to put dimensionals on, but I'm only going to put it on the left side. I'm only going to use one because it's going to overlap right here. Actually, I think I need to double up on that because I did do 2 dimensionals. I did do 2 layers, so I'm going to double up on that. Double up on the left side, and then we're just going to put 1 on the right side, and that'll keep everything nice and flat. 1 on there we are. So we're just going to lay that down. Make sure that's nice and straight. Pretty good. Perfect. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, let's add some pearls because that's what we're doing today. So I'm just going to add 3 pearls to this card. So we're going to put 1 here. Take your pick tool. It's fantastic. This is a must-have. And 1 down here. So pretty, right? Isn't this card gorgeous? So that is card number 3. So remember, if you want the make and take kits for these 3 cards, so we have this one, we have this one. I'm going to bring in both of these so you can see both kind of designs for this one, and then our first card that we made. So if you want the make and take kit for these 3 cards, make sure you head to my online store. Use this host code. If your order is over $150, do not use the host code. I will still send you the the make and take kit. But if your order is under $150, make sure you use that host code. Otherwise, I won't send you the kit. The only way I know that you want the kit is if you use that host code. So make sure to use that host code. Order by January 28th, and you will get these, the make and take kit in the mail for you to make your projects. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back next week at my regular time at 10 a.m. So join me then. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share this video with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.